ladies, or whoever, this is what you can do with your children too. If you're wanting to, let them help in the kitchen, or if they're helping to cook the meal themselves, is having someone doing the stirring. Stirring's real important with combining all the ingredients, making sure that all the flavors are combined. Then we're going to add our browned cooked Italian sausage. And what I like to do now with bigger groups, because I would obviously have more, I would strain this and get all the grease off. Since I'm just cooking for a few people today, I am just going to pat this before I add it to my ragu. You don't have to put meat in it for vegetarians. If you can change this up however you want to make it. You can even add beef, as far as little pieces of beef. Simone was telling me that that's what they will do sometimes, is just add some chunks of beef in theirs. And who would have known? And so we give it a good stir. And you can see I don't have this on a super high heat because I don't want this just to boil crazily, because then you will have tomatoes covering your whole body. Your white shirt will then be red splotches all over. So I learned that, so it really did happen. And with the Italian sausage, funny story, if you are sending somebody to the store to get things, and you know how you put the pound sign as far as what you want, make sure that the LB for the pound, make sure that that is totally separated from, say, 2 pounds of sausage that you need, or whatever, 2 pounds of ground beef, whatever you need. Because what happened to us is I sent my son and one of our other workers one year to the store to get me 2 pounds of Italian sausage. Well, I wrote that 2 down, and then I had the L and the B. They came back with 21 pounds of Italian sausage. And of course, I couldn't return it. So I had a freezer full of Italian sausage for the whole summer. Didn't have to worry about buying any. But you live and learn as far as what, with stories like that, and what your kids do and people that work for you and all. Oh, I wish you could smell this. This smells so good with all the flavors coming out. And I just want that to boil just for a few minutes. Now, if I was going to, I'll serve this, tonight or tomorrow. You can always make your sauce up, your ragu up earlier. Let it cook down. That's what gets all these incredible flavors. And so Simone says they let their ragu cook all day. And but I'm not going to be doing that all day, but you can. And so next what we're going to do is prepare the squash. And what I have here is one that's been hollowed out. We call it canoe. And so that's what we're going to do. And it makes a really pretty presentation for when you go to serve it. And again, like I said, I would serve this to a vegetarian as a meal with a nice salad, or I would serve this as a side with, sometimes with pizza. We kind of do things differently. And also, you're not limited. Another way that you can do this is to do pesto with chicken. So that's a whole nother reverse of what we're doing here. If you want to do more of a garlicky basil sauce instead of doing a ragu, and instead of doing a red tomato base. So there's different options with this that you can do. And that's what I love about this, because it's so versatile. So now it's time to taste. see what we have going. Really, really good. Can taste the crunchiness of your vegetables. You can also add carrots to this. I didn't today because there's certain things that we just are very limited with being able to get right now. And so you can add carrots to it also. And, excuse me. But it needs a little bit more black pepper to it. And it's going to need a little bit more Italian seasoning to it. In the summer, I will be using fresh herbs. I've started them now. So what that would be basil, it would be rosemary, it will be thyme, it will be marjoram in here. And it just really enhances the flavor to use those fresh vegetables, which I'm very excited about because snow is melting finally, and we're very excited about that. The Barrett Creek back here is a roaring creek, and with lots of water coming down from the snow meltage of the mountains for the winter season. And so it'll be soon for us to be able to open May 31st, and we're very excited about it. And if you have any questions, I would love for you to shoot me a note with what your questions are, how I can be of better assistance to you. Wanted to tell you too that this does really, really well with freezing it. You can make up a bunch of these and put them in the freezer and take them out on those days that you're going to be slammed with so much to get done. Or if you want to take it to a neighbor for a meal, that's also another option. Now what I'm going to do is just ladle some of the sauce. I won't use it all. I'll save some of this for something else and put it right in with my spaghetti squash. And so as we get ready to open and everything, I'm already kind of getting ideas of what I want to cook and do, and what to be able to prepare. And with ones that have dietary restrictions or needs, I always know beforehand, because that's one of the questions we ask when our guests are making reservations, if there are any dietary needs. Even things that you won't eat or your kids won't eat, because that's important. We don't want people to be miserable coming here for a vacation and then not enjoying the food that we have here. So what I've done is I've just combined all of this in here together, and I'm going to fill my boat. It's not a very pretty boat. It looks like someone took a bite out of it, but I guarantee you nobody did. It's just with how it happened. And then you take your tongs, put this in. Oh, it smells so wonderful. And I like to fill them full. And then of course you gotta have cheese, more cheese. Mozzarella. And then what I'm going to do, this is actually going to go back in the oven and let that cheese just melt down. And if you have a toaster oven, you could even do it that way. Just let this melt down, and then just put a sprig of basil on it. Serve it with a nice French bread. A focaccia bread would be wonderful, a Caesar salad, and you have a wonderful meal. And of course, then you'd have to top it off with some chocolate, which that is coming this next week with Cooking with Chocolate. And I hope you'll tune in. And I thank you so much for watching. Follow us, join our group, subscribe to us, share it with friends and everybody. And I hope that you moms out there have a wonderful, wonderful, happy Mother's Day. We're so thankful for all of you. And those of you that don't have your mothers, we hope that you can have a wonderful day doing something that you enjoy, maybe in memory of your mother. And we thank you, like I said, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thanks so much.